Alright, time for another nonsense section, which basically means I say nonsense for another hour or two while I paint. Which happens quite often now. Anyways. Anyways, the sky looks pretty dull, doesn't it, actually? My eyes are telling me that I should probably put some color to it. And my blue is actually getting rather interesting. Kind of like the idea of a darker edge like last time. Alright. Maybe a lighter middle section. Well, I will post a short about the ending of that. Last time I was like sleep deprived, so I wasn't sure what I made. I don't know what I actually said in the end of the day when I was done with my video last time. Here I'm less sleep deprived. Doesn't mean I know what I'm gonna say because honestly I should still be sleeping. And especially since I'm gonna have to drive like something soon anyway, so I will not say the date because, as you know, a little thing I learned in life is don't send everything to the internet. Some things in the internet are meant to stay in it, meant to not be in the internet. You should not give out. Anyways, that's a little bit of wisdom, I guess. Not very, very big wisdom, but there you have it. Something, right? Better than nothing, as always. Yeah. So this one is like a teddy bear. You're gonna see an end of this is gonna look like a beautiful teddy bear. If I do it correctly. If I do it wrong, it'll look like something else, like a horror film. I say wabi sabi to everything. Basically, if it looks bad, I chose to do wabi sabi, and it's my favorite excuse for making a bad painting. Always works because how are you gonna argue with a man that will say wabi sabi to everything that looks awful? How are you gonna argue? You can't simply. That's what I learned in my painting career. That actually looks pretty good. But also, I understand that mistakes make better paintings. So I was shocked by this, but one thing I learned in my painting career is that mistakes often make the best paintings, which is why I'm really fond of just testing and experimenting with shenanigans and eventually works out to something okay, which is why I paint with more of a feeling than anything else nowadays. My skill levels has gone massively down from the original sense. But anyways, to be fair, I'm always sleep deprived. To be honest with you, there hasn't been a real day I'm not sleep deprived. To be honest, that's mainly because I choose to be awake all the time. It's not something that is abnormal to me. I always like sleep very late, and yeah. A few times I don't. The only times I don't is when I have school. Because in school, and when I have classes, you kind of have to sleep early because I purposely choose classes that are at 8 o'clock on purpose usually. Why 8 o'clock is because it makes you wake up early. And when you wake up early, I find I'm more productive usually, except for one fluid mechanic class, which I'm embarrassed to say what I got, even though the professor was great, the best professor in the world. But yeah, it was just an embarrassing time for me. I don't know why I was so bad at it. Because it was honestly one of the easiest tests I have seen after the fact. I just said, how the hell did I mess that test up? It's like one of the easier tests you could ever give us, and I'm just saying, man, I feel like I failed the professor at that point, which is why I want to take another class with him, which is a weird thing to feel that way. But yeah, it's a weird feeling. Like it's a very weird feeling. Like it almost feels like I as a student failed sometimes, but it's not that. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. That does feel that way sometimes for some classes. But yeah, you can see from my voice that I'm way more lively because I'm not sleep deprived that much. I'm still sleep deprived, honestly. It's it is a summer vacation. I'm always gonna not sleep on time. That's for sure. There's no way for me to. No way I would not. Sleeping on time is when I have a job. If I ever have a job, I'm definitely gonna sleep on time. Uh, but yeah, still fail at that. Yeah, the job market is kind of shit right now, to be fair. But I think every one of us knew that already. Not, internships are not coming by fast, honestly. The only reason I didn't try to do something like Cosmos this year was because I realized I had some interesting classes I wanted to take, and I wouldn't be able to do that with Cosmos. AKA a GE that I should have finished a long time ago, but I forgot to finish. Actually, I purposely left over continuously because I'm an imbecile sometimes. But yeah, I finally done with my GEs, which is fantastic, honestly. Feeling of relief, honestly, because that those GEs are like, um, oh, I need to finish that one G, but I want to do all STEM this quarter. It's kind of like the feeling every time I go to a GE. I'd rather just crash those lectures when I hear a GE. I usually just crash them because it's so much easier than actually taking the class. Because GEs are something that takes a lot of effort for less to no like reward back. It's shockingly like that always. Like I feel that way every time I look at a GE. Like I feel like I put too much effort to it for the little bit I want because I usually take my GEs pass or no pass. So I feel like I'm putting like way too much effort, like a B level effort or A level effort when I should be doing a very bad effort for a pass or no pass class. But I don't do that, and then it just infuriates me because I'm not capable of doing that sometimes, which is why I like taking it over the summer because and I will be. I it doesn't matter if I do more or less impact. Doesn't just freaking doesn't. Um, but I know that plan doesn't work out that very often. I'm yapping at this point. I'm talking nonsense as usual, and I hope you don't mind it. Probably do. You probably no one's gonna watch this, which is thank God they don't, because if they do, they will just realize this guy is a little bit cuckoo on the head. Honestly, um, yeah, I genuinely believe that some people in the will say that I'm just a nutcase for saying a lot of shenanigans. That why are you saying it so often? And they probably think I'm a maniac for saying something, doing something random shit. And I mumble a lot for some reason. Well, it's not like at least they know it's not AI. It's how could I think AI would do a better job at moderating those stuff, honestly. So at least people know I'm authentic to myself a little bit. Yeah. One thing I will say is that I will admit that this will make me look authentic to my own self, right? There's no way people will just copy and say that. I'm hoping this takes like an hour, honestly. I don't want this to take longer. But the one thing I realized about smaller pieces is that I definitely put more detail to it. The smaller pieces are better in my opinion than the larger pieces for me, is I usually put more detail to the smaller ones. So they turn out usually 20 times better than anything I would have done with the bigger canvases because I put way more detail to these things somehow, which is always the case for me. I don't know why. Uh, and also I have better array. Oh, by the way, I love these. Uh, Gencraft, Gencraft. These are wonderful inks. They're not the best, honestly, but they are beautiful for the for the color variant they give, for the price they lovingly gave when it was bought. But I will say that I believe the price has increased probably, if I remember correctly. It definitely should have. I don't know actually. I had to double check, but from what I remember, it probably did increase the price on those. Um, most definitely. After I actually don't know why. They probably did. I'm pretty sure because there's no way the pigments. I'm not sure, but they have good quality ones. But honestly, it's not the. I'm not sure. Uh, I should probably say other crafts are better, but I can't think of. I mean, the other brand I use is this over here, which is basically just basic liquify, which are cheap $4 ones, which are lovely and I love them. But um, yeah, these I also like this one sometimes, which is very just a generic one. That and these ones also good. They're also very generic, but you know, it doesn't really matter as long as you get the color right one way or another. You're golden somehow in some way. You just need to get the right colors due to you, and you're fine. How you get the colors is your choice, not really anyone else's. And who cares if you use some weird jank art supplies? As long as you get the right depth of everything, there's no reason to dread, honestly. Um, anyway, that's my opinion. And I can't get the brown, so I'm just gonna use red Mars mixed with black, and hopefully it gives the right color. Probably some blue or red mixed in between to get the right color I'm looking for. I don't know. Maybe neon pink would work. I don't know. I have a lot of these, so go ahead and use some of that neon pink shit. Uh, I'm not opposed to pink, honestly. I like the color usually when I mix reds. For some reason, pinks and all those, if you mix them well or use them somehow in the piece, it turns out pretty good. Actually, I'm shocked. I'm always shocked by that, but when I use those colors, they don't feel bad. I don't know what to say about that. And I want to create this texture again, which requires me to dry this piece. The way I do those, you'll see how if I remember correctly, I know I used to know how to make those texture, but I hope I know remember it correctly. So water down your ink after it's dry, and either use this rake over here or something similar, and you just rake it like that. You get that texture that I'm looking for, basically. I wonder what would happen if I did this. I don't know. Maybe this will work actually. I remember me doing something like this in the past, and it created an interesting texture, but not a texture I like. Okay, probably not worth vile investment to do more of that, honestly. Okay, not a texture I like this time. Okay, now I should have done the background first, honestly. Mistakes have been made, honestly, but I always make mistakes with my paintings, honestly. Always imperfect. It always starts from an imperfect product to something that's actually okay. Never really turned perfect the first time I ever painted something. Never does. Never will. In fact, probably do that. And I like to yap a lot, as you can see. But you can just say shut up sometimes if you want. If she does a mute button, so why am I such care about you? That does things that shouldn't. Oh, sorry, I had two of them over here. Okay, so I kind of like this, but I don't like how I did this over here. I'm gonna actually cover that up to make it look okay. That's a good question. I don't know how I will do that. Oh, or I could just make this into one big piece. It could be interesting if I do it that way. I actually like that idea. So, change of plans. Okay, change of plans indeed. Probably something rough. Rough. Let me just do a rough like this. Okay, we're gonna do some interesting sculpting. Oh, I never tried this method, so it will be interesting. Uh, It looks like some kind of weird ass Well, we'll see how this turns out. I mean, as long as it turns out okay, I'm fine with it. Probably gonna have to add some trees here, honestly. Some kind of element that makes this alive, but the next layer is gonna definitely be this one. So we will. So this is like an inverse painting. I'm going from outside in. I never have done that before. It's going to be quite an interesting process. I'm not sure if I like it. I probably have to go out in again to make it look anywhere decent. In out again. I meant. I guess we're starting to do this way. I don't know why I chose. I mean, I know why because I was a fool and did the outer layer first for some reason, which makes this thing a pain in the ass. But you chose this. I chose this, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Actually, I don't like this texture anymore, surprisingly. What else is this missing? More skies, more white tones, more blue tones, more light gray tones. Okay, we can do that definitely. Light gray, then a little dark blue. Maybe light blue would work. Hopefully, it's a good enough color. I mean, it could work. Oh, I just realized you can't see my palette that I'm using. Oh well, I mean, you can now look at it now if you want. It's just a big mess of shenanigans. Anyways, this now looks like it can. Yeah, it looks like. While I'm waiting for the bottom to dry out, we can now more effectively do this portion. I don't know why the light's going this way over here, but why not? Wherever the sun is, I don't know where it could be. Where it could possibly be. Okay, maybe we need a darker afterwards. On the bottom. Okay, now we can just. That looks interesting. That looks like something that I can dig. Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that a little bit. And then I can dig another one like that. This. Ah, yes, I love this. I love the idea, brain. Good job, brain. But once you are intelligent in the art world, yeah. Oh, you can't see that. Okay. Like a backdrop. That makes it look like there's tons of clouds in the bottom center. So what that can create is a possibility for these clouds. Because if you see it in real life, that some of these clouds need like a backdrop, and I think a round brush probably would work better. Oh, maybe this brush can do the trick. Oh shit, I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Oh well, we can rectify that by just letting the water and then doing that. Oh, did not expect that to happen. Oh well, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I cleaned it up so it doesn't really imply anything. Anyways, we can do another softer version over here. Maybe this brush is not the best, I guess, but not the worst. I would say it's probably better than most. And then we can just do this. Okay, we have a sky that makes it dynamic. We can do something with the sky later on to make it look better. Definitely need some white highlight somewhere, and I think It's really gloomy, I must say. Um, hmm, the sky. What could absolutely make this piece pop? A little bit of red definitely could be of surface. A red tint will definitely make this surface feel a little bit more. Why I say that is because I found shockingly yesterday that red always makes things better. I found that yesterday. Red, I don't know why. I mean, someone could tell me why. Red and orange makes things look better. Um, and it's always never doubted because it just did that right here. I don't know why. Red and blue. They're gonna be my two favorite colors by the end of this section. Yellow is probably gonna be my third favorite or something because those are the three primary colors according to people. Even though I don't really use yellow that I mean I guess I use yellow for highlights, but that's pretty much it. I don't really use that for anything else. I haven't used that in so long. Okay, that looks like a little bit of a Perry. That looks pretty interesting. Okay, that looks like a prairie. Oh, intense prairie. But let me try a yellow. Maybe a yellow can make me happy. Because, you know, that's another primary color. So I have never used yellow like this, but maybe it's something I'm missing out on. And again, I'm going inside out, so this is like hilarious. But, I mean, who says they can't do that? Okay. It looks interesting, actually. It makes it look more something. I don't really know. Can you tell what it looks like? But this side definitely needs some yellowification here. Okay. So I don't really know if it's doing anything to this place, but definitely looks like something that's just made some, I don't know, modifications to the place. Still don't like the whole piece yet. The whole piece looks like garbage doo-doo in my opinion so far. Maybe it's because I don't put enough green in it. What time is it anyway? It's starting with 22 minutes already used. Man, I used a lot of time for this stuff. Oh my god. I need to actually get my shit together. This is not working. Yeah, this is definitely not working. I don't know what could possibly be missing here. But for now, let's just color everything in. Maybe it will come to me as time passes. As time passes, maybe it will come to me what this thing needs. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, now that's what I wanted. Pretty much. Okay. We're having black here. Okay. And then okay. That looks interesting. Yeah. Obviously my camera is shit, so you know it's not gonna get the best result, but it has definitely a format now. I'm gonna just dry this off and I'll come back. I will do a blow dryer here. Definitely. And maybe I just need to get drunk because you know when I was sleep deprived, I was basically drunk. If you don't know, sleep deprived people are basically just drunk people. At the end of the day, they're nothing more than that. They're the same kind of issue. They have the same kind of problem with everything they do. Um, so maybe I need that. Imagine the secret to my art: getting drunk so I do ridiculously dumb decision, like paying for $120 for pottery craft center. I can see myself doing that by stupid luck when I get drunk. Not to say I will get drunk. I never got drunk in my life, right? Wink. That's not true. Um, but yeah, maybe something like that is in order. So I'm not getting anything right now. Actually, if anything, I'm being the worst. This doesn't look any worse. It looks good or bad. It doesn't look like anything right now. Maybe the secret is that the background doesn't need to be good yet. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't look correct. Oh well. I mean, we could now try to add some interesting color to the background to make it more lively or something. Maybe that's what's missing, the pizzazz of something. So I'll just add my few of my favorite colors for landscaping, something, or 3. Maybe I'll add 3. Yeah, I'll add 3. Again, oh my god, these are hard to. Oh, that's because it's like dull as fuck. What happened here? I guess I never used it for a long time. Oh my god. Man, I need to really start using some of these pieces. So that my brush doesn't complain to me every time I use it. It's like a really interesting brush. I mean, I never used this brush before. Maybe it has some secret technique that I have never thought about. I mean, it definitely has a secret technique. It's called explosion of color. Okay. Quite interesting color, I must say. Do I like it? No, but I'll keep it in. Oh, somehow I got black on it. Color black. Oh, I should like that in there. Kind of makes it fleeting. Oh, I didn't expect that to happen. I actually kind of like some of this. Ooh, maybe I'm being a fool here. Okay, maybe I'm being a fool here by trying to be too idiotic to not realize this brush. This brush is interesting. Oh, I never used this brush before. Why have I never seen this brush before? Why have I never used this brush before? Oh, I'm now curious why I never thought of this. It looks interesting. Oh, the camera doesn't actually capture all that. Maybe my phone camera is better, but I'm using my tablet camera. It's not looking good. Well, I might, you know, if I have time. Okay, I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. No way. The boldness of that. Yeah, boldness. Oh, that boldness. This is what I was missing. The boldness of this brush is what it was missing. Oh my god, I never knew this boldness. Oh my god, this boldness. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, the boldness of this brush is saving this piece a little bit for me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And a little bit of green here, a little bit of green here, a little bit of green here, a little bit of green here. Oh, I love this brush. Oh, I should have used this brush a long time ago, honestly. Oh my god. Okay. And the camera doesn't show anything good. Oh my god, on camera it looks awful. Oh my god, it looks like a hazy mess. Okay, I'm gonna get my phone camera later on, and I'm gonna show how good it looks with it later on. Even though my phone camera is shit, is better than my tablet. My tablet's camera is awful. I did not know how bad my camera on my phone tablet is. I'll get my I'll get my phone camera later on because obviously, um, not in this video. I'll probably make a short on it to show what I mean by that. It looks interesting. I don't know if it shows on this camera. You'll see what I mean. Let me get a real good camera. But to be honest, my phone camera is also kind of garbage. Yeah, I'm a cheapskate at that. I should probably get an actual decent camera just to show off my art one day. That one day will never come. As we both know, I'm a cheap ass. And unless someone voluntarily gave me like a good camera system with video recording that's, you know, pretty decent, I will never get a camera system until I make enough money as an engineer later on. I'm not making any money right now, so yeah. So yeah, definitely not gonna do that shit. Yeah, I'm a broke college student, as everyone keeps on pointing out. A broke ass college student. Yeah, I am. I'm such a broke idiot college student. Yeah. Like the world continuously tries to point out, I'm a broke college student. I wonder how much. I know no one's gonna watch this video. Honestly, I already know it. But I wonder how many views were on my first art video. Probably almost nothing. Ooh. Do I want to do it this way? Sure, why not? My first layer is done, kind of. My second layer will be more clear, and then a little bit of a later. Okay, now that it dried, it doesn't look that great, honestly. It looked better when it was lighting up and it was had all those pigments. Or maybe it's because it's like very night right now. Maybe it's because of that. It looks kind of like shit again. Great. Imagine if someone accused me of being a little bit, what's the right word? Um, I, what to call it? Bear, I don't know. Bearist? Because I'm now making it a polar bear uh, in a place that polar bear doesn't exist. Oh, that'd be hilarious. But I would change it to grizzly bear. Don't worry, I'm not a dumbass that doesn't know region differentiation. I don't know what I was saying. Okay. Okay, I'm upset with how that brush turned out. That brush was trash. Honestly, I take it back. Everything I said about that brush was garbage. I thought it was good. It was complete horseshit. Okay. I thought it was good. It's time to get back to old fashioned me with the fucking with the wonderful reliable fan that I always use because the fan brush, that's where if I had to put my money, if I was a betting man, with my artworks. What can fix my shitty decision? Yellow with a fan brush always somehow works. Okay, I don't know why, but yellow with a fan brush fixes so much of my problems. Yes, 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 yes. I understand it looks like shit now, but just trust me. I've had this multiple times. Yellow with my art with some of this pieces works out wondrously. Like, you'll be shocked how many times yellow with the fan brush saved my shitty ass paintings. Like, it is unbelievable how this fan brush is the key to my survival in a certain situation where I have a shitty background, shitty place, and this one brush, it's a hallelujah save my gut now. It is unbelievable how that happens, but it is it is always came in clutch when I needed a good fixer upper. Like this fixes up like a ton of my errors and kind of looks okay. After that, my second piece of saving grace is pink. Where's that pink here? That pink will save my shitty ass a ton of times. You'll be shocked how many times pink has saved my shitty ass when it comes to this kind of painting. Just go and put some pink around with the fan brush, and it saved my fucking ass more than one time. And I have to say thank you to the pink. This it's always shocked me how these two colors. If I have a shitty piece of um, artwork, just put some of this in everywhere, and it saves your piece a little bit. And you just put it like this. Don't worry about catching that. I will fix it. Yeah, it looks like something interesting now. It looks very colorful. It looks like pizzazz. Oh my god! In the camera it looks bad, but in actuality it looks pretty. Yeah, it looks mushy, honestly, but it looks better than before. Yeah. Well, kind of saved my ass. It didn't save it enough. Uh, Another trick I use if I think there's a shitty background or something. A tree. A dead fucking tree, because who doesn't like a dead tree? Um, Not many people hate some overlocking trees. So if you see a tree, it's because the background needs saving and something has gone terribly, terribly shitty. Especially if you see a dead tree like this. Because a dead tree is easy to make. It's easy to make it as my uh, well, frontal lobe cortex, the what's the right word? The main traction to a piece. Like, you can kind of this brush is shit. Okay, all right, this brush might work. As you can see, I'm just in damage control right now, basically. Think something shit. You have some saving grace over here. How to save your bees. With my trashy techniques that I've learned over the years. Oh, I'm very negative about myself sometimes. Especially when I don't think I have the confidence sometimes. Not always, honestly. I'm always debating on which path I should take. Research or industry. Both are good ways, but I have an ear to decide. And honestly, I'm leaning more towards both. I want to do both. And I'm always greedy with my abilities, honestly. So I can see myself doing everything at once and failing, but at least I tried doing everything at once. Like, I'd rather try doing 100 things and failing 100 times than doing nothing, right? And that's pretty much how this channel started. Like just trying my things I wanted to do, and eventually it turned out okay. I think as long as you guys think it's okay, but um, yeah, I did a bunch of shitty things. I'm very much a shitty person, honestly. I'm not a good person, honestly. I try to be, but yeah, that's why I'm always you gotta know how to what a shitty person you are for you to actually be a good person in the end of the day, I think. So first know thyself that you're a selfish shitty person, and after that you can grow from it, I think. You can't grow from nothing, um, I must say. But oh, I'm starting to like this piece, honestly. Okay, I'll show off my other pieces later, because I think we're getting somewhere here. That looks pretty. That looks pretty interesting. That has a focal point now, 2 focal points, and it doesn't seem to clash that often. So I think that was a success one way or another. How you look at it, I don't think in anyway was that not a success. Now this thing is a break. It might break the whole thing, but I'm gonna try to make it as a cartoon teddy bear, which means it's gonna look cartoonish versus the background being very much not cartoonish. Yeah, this might actually break the whole piece, but you know, I wanted that, so the original plan for this was a D&D character, so why not? Why was this a D&D character? I forgot. I know, but I don't know if I want to say the whole story. Now you know what I will. It is Sin 100 character from there, but then it turned into like I couldn't care less about D&D. So it turned from a character from that campaign I was gonna make to something that I couldn't care less about. Um, um, yeah, fun story. I should probably not say that out loud because there's like a bunch of people making a character there, honestly, and every one of them is so talented. Every D&D person I must say is very talented in making their campaign. The only problem is I don't want to spend hours on a session getting attached to it, then suddenly realizing I have other responsibilities and I'm not going to spend 12 hours on it, and then come back and want to play again and so on and so on. Anyway, I usually don't want to play anyway, so it's not that bad. Okay. I'm talking about D&D for some reason, which is fine. I don't know why I was talking about D&D, honestly. Okay, this looks very cartoonish. I must say, that looks like the most cartoonish woolly bear shenanigans I've ever seen. Oh well. I think I'm gonna have to handwrite this with some with acrylics instead, like some kind of markers, because I don't think it's a good idea to do it this way. I think markers probably is the best idea. So you know what? I'm gonna just make the outline and go back with markers to make the sky look actually pretty decent. Because I realized that this is not gonna work out. It's definitely something that I need to do with overlay with markers or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna make the basic shape. Oh, I made the wrong thing. And then the other later on, I can just make a marker handwriting over here. I need to go upstairs and get my I have most of my markers with my brother, so I need to go upstairs and grab them. Okay, we are getting closer to the end, let's say. And we are making uh, decent progress. Okay, we're definitely now making cherry blossoms flowers for no reason at all, but they look cool, so I don't mind it. I think I don't mind it. That one looks a little scuffed. But hopefully, with the other ones, don't look too bad. I've never seen a cherry blossom, but so it might actually be a dumpster fire. And I think there's a small little bits here. I was gonna make it a dead plant, but change of minds. I think a little bit of beauty over here makes the whole piece a little bit more enjoyable for everyone. I definitely think it's more lovable, more heartwarming. Okay, I need black over here. I don't want that to be there though. Yeah, that looks a little bit more adorable and more 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 friendly. Yeah, more friendly to whatever I was thinking of. Okay, next thing I need to do is clean the lines because I can't have all of them having like very interesting cherry blossoms. Some of them needs to have darker, more usable space. Okay, that looks better. It's all about tricking your eyes. That's all art is, tricking your eyes to make it look like something that's not. Honestly, the teddy bear needs to be better, but that's for future reference. Not right now. We're definitely not fixing that right now. I'm getting sleepy too, actually. It's way past my bedtime. Um, but I do want to add this in there. Okay. I realize I might not be actually doing the right plant, but you know, at least it looks like something. It might be I think it might be like white outside and maybe pink somewhere else. I might be actually doing the wrong direction. Oh well, not a big problem in my opinion. The next thing I'm doing is basically trying to get a little bit of a highlight on there. But also trying to get it dull. Okay. Oh my god, that technique was actually much better than I thought. Just allowing. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like how that accident turned into something that was not intentional. Honestly, I was not intentionally doing that. I intentionally did this, but I was not intentionally making that happen like this. But let me just clean up my hand a little bit. Next time I'm using my hand. That's much better. All right, that's for today. I might change a little bit here and there, but I'm gonna stop my recording.